Hello and welcome to the Filmmakers Lounge. My name is Lauren Akers, and we have the distinct pleasure of being joined by the 2009 Filmmaker of the Year from Phoenix Film Festival, Webb Pickersgill. Thank you for being here. And this is a true filmmaker, because even in setting up for this interview, he's talking techno jargon with our with our technical crew. I mean, he's just in it, you know, fixing problems here and there, getting set up here. So I really appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy schedule. Now, you now also are part of the Film Foundation. You're the executive director for the Independent Feature Project. Is that correct? That's right. But there are many facets to the foundation. Can you kind of elaborate on a little bit of that?
Yeah, thanks for the introduction. I appreciate it, and thanks everybody for joining us today. This is a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm a filmmaker. I'm a working cinematographer, director, and editor. I have a company called Baseline Digital, and as part of my volunteer efforts on the side, you know, when I'm not working 80 hours a week already, I volunteer as the executive director for IFP Phoenix. IFP Phoenix is part of the larger organization, which is the Phoenix Film Foundation. And I know we were talking off camera before this a little bit, and there's actually a lot of confusion out there about all these different names, and what does this mean? What does that mean? What is the organization? And actually, the Phoenix Film Foundation is a nonprofit. It is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And as part of that organization, they have several programs. One of those is the Phoenix Film Festival, which is the iconic event every year. It happens usually March or April, and have hundreds of films from all around the world. And we can talk about that in more detail. One of the other programs is IFP Phoenix. IFP Phoenix is the program that I'm the executive director for, and it is a program just for filmmakers. It is for resources for editing. For example, we have an editing lab here at the IFP Phoenix office. We do film challenges, so we encourage filmmakers to go out and make films. We have all sorts of educational programs like workshops and seminars, and we bring people from LA and from out of town to come in and teach us the skills that we need to become great filmmakers. So as a filmmaker, I love being an executive, a volunteer executive director of this organization, because it helps me give back to the community that we can then build our skills and become better filmmakers and ultimately help ourselves. Just to keep going real quickly about the foundation also has other programs, being the International Horror Sci-Fi Film Festival, which is awesome for if you're a horror or sci-fi buff, and that actually operates during the Phoenix Film Festival, and they have that as their night programming, which is a lot of fun. They also have the Arizona Student Film Festival, so if you're middle school, high school, or college, you have a film festival for that as well. And the final, but not least, is the Phoenix Film Society, which is it's a program for film goers. So if you like films, you want to go out, you want to see great independent films before they become hits, you can become a Film Society member and get to see a film every month. So we have lots of great programs, and I'm excited to be the executive director of the filmmaking branch.
Now, is there a quick calendar that we can kind of start to plug in on different events that are coming up? Ooh, look at that. Right on cue. No doubt about it.
Thanks. This is IFP Phoenix. We have a monthly seminar calendar of events. This is our spring-summer for 2011. And we publish this usually once a quarter, and I'm going to show the close-up camera. Hello, see, there it is. Nice. You can pick these up. We have them at Harkins theaters. We have them at our local universities and colleges. We try to put them in local bookstores as well. You can pick them up, obviously, here at the IFP office, which is downtown Phoenix. And we publish these, but we also have a website. And the website, we try to keep that up to date, because obviously printing, you have to do like 3-4 months in advance, and it can be a little challenging to keep those up to date. But our website, which is at www.ifpphx.org, we keep our calendar of events up to date there daily. So that would be the best place to go.
And you also have a relationship with the Madcap Theaters. Can you kind of elaborate a little bit on that project?
Yeah, sure. Madcap Theaters is they're another nonprofit organization here in town, and they have access to what used to be the Harkins Centerpoint Theater, which is downtown Tempe, and they've taken over that theater. We work with them occasionally for hosting some of our events. As far as exhibition, we show films there. We do kickoff events for our film challenges there. And it seems to be right now, we're a very community-based organization. They're a part of our community, and they're actually in need, as it turns out. They're having some air conditioning trouble, and as we all know, in Arizona, you don't want to have air conditioning trouble in the summer. So if you want to help out our community, another nonprofit, you could go to madcaptheaters.com, Google them to make sure I got the address right there. But they are asking for help so that they can get some repairs done so that they can then give back to the filmmaking community and offer our filmmakers some great rental rates for showing their films.
And for those aspiring filmmakers out there who want to get a start, can you elaborate a little bit on how you got your start? Obviously, you've probably been in the business for a number of years. So what inspired you and what did you do to get to the position that you are?
Well, that's a long conversation. I'll try to, as much as possible. But everybody asked me, Star Wars was what kicked it off for me. I love Star Wars, the original Star Wars. I guess I'll be specific about that because as growing up with that, I wanted to get into special effects. But after I got my hand on a camera, and for the first time, that special effects takes a long time. I think I'd rather just shoot it, So I started doing that for a while. When I first got into filmmaking, I looked up, well, let's find an organization that will give me resources. And that's when I found IFP Phoenix. So I actually found IFP Phoenix as a member. And I've been a member for, I think it's 5 or 6 years now. I got to look at my membership card to see when I joined. But basically, I've been a member this whole time. And during the course of that, I've been networking, meeting other filmmakers, finding those resources, making films, growing my business, building a reputation as somebody who can do quality work. And before I know it, I'm being asked to be the executive director of this organization, which is a very big honor, obviously, but it's been 5 or 6 years in the making. So
awesome. We really want to appreciate the time you've taken out to talk to the Filmmakers Lounge. Once again, Webb Pickersgill doing great things out here in the Phoenix area as the executive director for the IFP. Make sure you go to the website, ifpphx.org. There it is. From Filmmakers Lounge, my name is Lauren Akers. Have a great day.